Do you feel like you get some pushbacks when you were implementing some of these pilot programs on AI? I feel like so many people were kind of scared of what AI was going to do, take away jobs, but it really it's beneficial, right? It's helping us do more of the things that we love and less of the things that we don't, which is documenting, that you kind of mentioned. Do you see pushback, and how are people actually taking it now? You've been piloting some programs.
Well, look, it's interesting. Our providers were the ones who were demanding it. So it really made it easier for us to be able to do that. And look, we've got a very innovative medical staff here. I think it's because of our approach. We're very forward facing. You know, for instance, we used to have, when I had an amazing chief nurse here for probably my first 5 or 6 years, and she went on to become a nurse practitioner, and she left me, but she's doing great things as a nurse practitioner. Nonetheless, she came to me frustrated. She was like, our doctors have complaints, and it just never feels like we ever close the loop. I said, well, why don't we treat them like we do our patient concerns? And I started when I got here, basically 13 years ago, is stand-up meetings and immediate. So if we had a patient concern took place, we want to administer or work through a service recovery in real time while they're still here. So I would call a stand-up meeting, a 5-minute meeting. What's the issue? What's going on? If we can't address it and come to a resolution in about 5 minutes, we disband. And then before the end of the day, we would recircle back again and close that loop. So it really made a great difference with our patients and their families. So I said, Donna, why don't we just do the same thing with our physicians? Let's treat them the same way. Let's change it from our patient care committee to a customer care. And so we treat our physicians as our customers. And when we started doing that probably 7 years ago, our doctors felt like, I'm being heard. I'm getting a response, and I may not like the answer, but I'm getting follow-up and follow-through from leadership. That's totally changed our relationship with our medical staff. They're all high drivers, high performers. They wouldn't be physicians if they aren't. And so everything they do is always about what's the best I can do for my patients. I want to make sure we provide the highest quality of care and the safest care we can do.
You're a stand-up guy, man. Stand-up meetings, stand-up desk.
I talk with my hands. If somebody tied my hands behind my back, I'd be in trouble. Okay.
Same. No, I wouldn't know how to do that, to be quite frank. It would be very hard. But the stand-up desk, man, not a lot of CEOs actually get into a space where they feel comfortable. You want to make sure you're comfortable in the position that you're doing. Yeah. But also the energy feels different, right? When you're standing up and you're having these conversations. Like, where did that come from? Is that something that you just kind of, it happened this year, that it happened over the years? Was it always a thing?
It's been a few years. You didn't know me when I used to be 350 pounds.
No way, Kirk.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was a big boy. And so I just decided one day, I said, look, I want to be here for my kids and my grandkids. And I don't want to, I just started this health journey about, 5 or 6 years ago. Didn't take medicine, didn't have surgery. I said, I'm just going to go to the gym. I'm going to cut out carbohydrates, and I'm going to keep moving. I never felt bad. I didn't realize how big I was. And so I got everybody in my office, every single senior leader, and our executive assistants all have stand-up desks. About half of us use them every day. So I stand up probably 90% of the time. Only if I'm in my conference room in a meeting do I not stand up. And I'm always about engagement, having time limits on meetings, and you don't bring a phone to a meeting. When you go to a meeting, you could leave the phone at the door, and if it's that important, they'll come get you. Yeah. Because I think it's a distraction. Same thing with laptops. I said, look, this isn't a meeting where you're answering emails and we're having a meeting. I want to be cognizant of your time as well. So those are just some of the things we do. And we have no meeting Fridays. So we have no meetings in this organization on Friday unless we have to. And maybe if they're with a physician, we'll have those kind of meetings. But I wanted our leaders to be able to do, wrap up your week, get everything done off your desk, all your projects and timelines completed, and so Friday's your day. And it's really made a difference. We did that probably 7 plus years ago. We're what you call a Baldrige organization. We're on a pursuit of a National Baldrige Award. Mm-hmm. Everything we do is process oriented. Everything has a reason behind it. How we communicate. I do quarterly CEO roundtable meetings. Those are mandatory for our associates to attend. They'll be coming up next week. I'll do 12 of those in a week. They're about 30 minutes long, from early in the morning, midday, till late evening. And it's to be able to catch our folks and do face-to-face meetings with them and say, hey, what's going on? What's working well? And the like. And that's all about communication. How do we push information down through the organization, and how do we get and receive information from every single member of our team? So that's mission critical for us.